Morning, Keller Williams, Greater Metropolitan, and welcome to our weekly sales meeting as we are doing this in a live remote from Toledo, Ohio, just before our regional leadership meeting and cultural summit. I am joined in the frame today by Mr. AOJ. That is, if that's not his theme song, it should be. It should be his pre-listing playlist. So Art is with us today. Art was nominated as a cultural icon for the region for his contribution to our agents, our company, and to helping people find their way to Keller Williams and then find success here. So we're going to be talking to Art in just a hot second. In the interest of time, because we are clipping this off right at 10 a.m., I'm going to dive right in to a few other things today. First, thank you to everybody who sent anyone out to our career night last night in Rocky River. We had a great turnout. So thank you to Jermaine Burge, the social team, Art Obleton, and of course, Jake Lozier. We had a great room, a lot of folks at all stages in the process, and really appreciate everybody being so willing to invite folks. We are actually adding, because we did these out of the office this month and in some community spaces, we're adding a virtual career night because we didn't have a virtual option earlier this month. So keep your eyes peeled for an email later today about a virtual career night tomorrow night that we'll be hosting in case there was anybody that you know that couldn't make it because it wasn't virtual. All righty. And then reminder, tomorrow and Thursday in the Rocky River office, we have our drive for support for the folks in Ukraine. So thanks to Monica Woodman, we're partnered with some Ukrainian folks here in Northeast Ohio who are going to be collecting, packing, putting on boats and going over to the Ukraine with supplies that they will take all the way to the front line to make sure that they make it to the people who need them the most. You should have gotten an email last week and an email yesterday. Take advantage of the opportunity to support citizens that are in a tough spot internationally, and we will be happy to see you either tomorrow or Thursday in the Rocky River office. All righty, and then right into our upcoming trainings in August. The first 2 weeks of August, we are doing Ignite. Ignite is a great session, a great series that we do a couple times a year that will help you get your mindset and motivation and then protect specific parts of your real estate business. It is going to be a great 6-part series, including 5 outstanding agents and myself. And so we're thrilled to bring that back. Don't forget, Wednesdays, 10 a.m., every Wednesday, 10 a.m., a training in 10. Someone will go live in the Facebook group, share some tips and tricks in about 10 minutes, and then we will post it and you can consume it at your leisure. And then Thursday of this week, for those of you who have license renewals coming up, or if you're one of the 5% of the population that likes to be ahead of this, we have 1 hour of CE sponsored in the Rocky River office by Win Home Inspection. And then finally, this Friday, don't miss out on our summer luau. 5 to 7 p.m., Edgewater Beach, a very fun time. We're going to have a great turnout. Bring your favorite cookout dish, mix, mingle with friends, family, and your fellow agents. And then you'll be getting more and more information about Mega Camp in the coming weeks. Very excited. We already have a good crew. I think there's already a dozen folks from Keller Williams, Greater Metropolitan headed down there. Our region is putting on a great event that Monday evening. We'll have an event that Tuesday evening, and then it will be jam-packed with content, and all led by the man himself, Gary Keller. So if you're interested in learning more about that, please reach out to me or any member of the leadership team, and we'll talk you through what it looks like to get there. Whew. That is the fastest that I have ever talked, and it's with good reason. And that's because today, despite being out of town and having a shortened timeline, we did not want to miss the opportunity to deliver the next tactic in the 12 tactics for navigating a shift in our Know Your Shift series. And so tactic number 3 is do more with less. And it's about leverage. If you know anything about Keller Williams, you know we talk about leads, listings, and leverage. And so who better to talk about leverage than Mr. Art Obleton, who has found his way to leverage and has made leverage his business with respect to growing a team and providing opportunities to other people while creating more opportunities for himself. So I'm going to turn it over to Art and let you take it away, sir.
Thanks a lot, Mike. Thanks. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for the opportunity, Mike, and the leadership team. Appreciate it. So in talking about leverage, our first thing, if you talk about something, we should define it. The one definition of leverage is leverage to use something to its maximum advantage, I think leverage is, in my definition, is to do more, yet exerting less effort. I believe leverage is a mindset of ease and increase. Is giving someone else an opportunity to make their life easier, while in return, they are making your life easier. So everyone is doing more together. Team, together, everyone achieves more. For example, we heard it before, like, what is a business? You know, what is a business? A business is something that can make money or can go on without you. Gary says in his book, The Millionaire Real Estate Agent, you know, the more your business needs you, the less valuable your business is. So what can make your business go on without you? Leverage. You leverage people, leverage systems and tools and technology help to leverage your business. And I'll get into the slides. One quick question I want to ask, because there are a lot of people who always say, you know, they're hands-on, they can't trust other people with their business. They just have to be on top of everything and do everything. And I'll ask this question. Are you doing every task of your business because you love the business? Or are you doing every task in your business because you have not stopped to learn and think about running your business from an executive or managerial perspective? Addition is great until you're introduced to multiplication. Let's get in here. So let's go through some of these slides here, and I'll get to some of this in one moment. So, for example, the power of leverage. I watched YouTube videos and learning about leverage in business, and leverage is something that millionaires do at the nth degree. You know, you leverage people, you leverage systems, tools. So people who will do it. Good people are hard to find. So when you find them, you have to take good care of them. Good people are hard to find. So when you find the people, take good care of them, and what they're going to take care of your clients, your customers. They're going to represent you. And in terms of finding the right people, keep in mind you attract what's in you. Like attracts like. So if you're a good person, you mean to help people, you mean to do well for people, then what'll happen is you will attract people who want to see your vision grow. You want to have people that can buy into your vision, and you make it a team effort, whereas not you're dictating or demanding or commanding people, but at the point that this is a group effort, a team effort, and we're all working together. Systems, how will they do it? Usually you have a good administrative assistant, they will have systems and putting things together. And like, for example, a system could be, you know, like having a writer. You want to write a book, you want your ideas out, and you're not actually a great writer yourself. You may hire a ghostwriter. So you tell them what it is you're trying to say, and then they can put it in the right verbiage and the right language to make it acceptable and understandable for everyone to comprehend and grasp those concepts. Tools. What will they use? You have to know. You only need to understand this. You only need a few tools to be very effective. You need a few tools to be very effective. Like, for example, we had a class some time ago where the niches, the riches in the niches. So if you understand your strategy and your business and how your mode of operation for your business, what you do, and you do it well, you can do extremely well in your business, and you can have an exceptional business. So you don't have to have the bright shiny object syndrome where you say, oh, this is an idea like the squirrel chasing the next nut. You don't have to do that. Focus on what works for you and stick with it and continue to do the things that makes you effective. I mean, believe it or not, years ago, I used to wrestle. So all you had to do is just have a few pet moves, and then you can win you beat your opponent in those situations. I'm looking for the right slide here. Okay, I think I have that. Okay, so I have, there was a time before I came to Keller Williams that I reached out to a realtor. Actually, I reached out to Mike Ferrante at Century 21. And he said, you know, what you do is, he said, well, read the million. No, he's at a different brokerage, right? So he says, read the Millionaire Real Estate Agent. You read that book, and then we can have a meeting. And so I read the book, and he spent time talking to me and showing me how I can grow a team. And Mike, and this is a phenomenal job. The year before, he had the most units sold in all of Century 21. And he said, what you want to do is, you want to write down all the tasks you do throughout the day. You write those tasks down, and then you determine what tasks are revenue producing activities, which tasks are not revenue producing activities. And I'll take it a step further and say, which tasks are you doing that can produce the least, that produce a lower amount of revenue for your business. So then if you have those tasks, and then the tasks that are not producing revenue, see who you can hire to do those tasks for you. As someone who's leveraging your business, thinking like a CEO, you want to do the tasks that only you can do as the leader of your business. Anything else that somebody can do in terms of that's not revenue producing, that's not that produces a minimum amount of income, outsource that to someone else.
What's an example of that?
Like, for example, in your personal life. Like, honestly, Mike, I haven't mowed the lawn since 2017. So, and believe it or not, that yard was my mother's yard. And so what I did, I convinced her to buy a condo. and so the HOA mows the lawn for her, or should I say for me? And so, I mean, think about it. If you're a realtor and you're doing, $2.5 million in sales, okay? How are you more productive walking behind a lawnmower in July, in 85-degree heat, wearing yourself out? Or are you better off on listing appointments, or even showings, or writing offers, or getting more training, more coaching, and doing things of that nature? Same thing with snow removal. $200, $250 hires a contractor for snow removal for the whole season. It's better to be in your home writing an offer, sipping on hot cocoa, really, than out late at night shoveling snow while it's bitterly cold outside. And you're writing offers, and you're showing houses. And 2 inches of snow, they'll come and plow your driveway. So the power of leverage. So for example, you want to do, like, for example, like I mentioned, paperwork, paperwork in terms of contract to close, handling documents, even going on home inspections. You're not going to generate do any more deals, or create any more GCI for yourself by handling the contract, the documents. You can hire an admin, $15 an hour, or even a virtual assistant, $7.50, $8 an hour to handle all of your documents. And you leverage that. That gives that person opportunity to earn income. And what it does is it makes it where your life is easier, where you can do what? Lead generate. You can continue to lead generate, you can lead generate, you can gain more information, you can learn, you can go on appointments, you can write offers, you can negotiate contracts, you can gain more mentorship, the things that realtors ought to do on a regular basis. So if you begin to do those things and leverage that virtual assistant where they can do those documents for you, put yourself in a better situation. Like for some people, depending on who it is and on how you feel with your spouse and someone in your home, you can do something in terms of hiring somebody to do a cleaning service for your home that can come and do tasks and duties of cleaning services in your home periodically. But the point is, as a person, as a business owner, you want to think like a business owner and do the activities that's going to generate you income. Do the activity that's going to generate you revenue and bring the most joy and satisfaction to your life.
So just to recap that, sitting on inspections, not a revenue generating activity. Handling all the paperwork, not a revenue generating activity. Now you want to know it, right? You didn't do one deal and then say, well, I'm never doing paperwork again, right? You had proficiency, right? In those things. You'd sat on enough inspections to know that you didn't need to. Right. I want to interject here for a second. How do you hold yourself accountable to actually using the time that you've got back through leverage to delivering more GCI? Like, how do you just not use it all for leisure?
Well, because the bill's going to keep coming in. So you have to do the business to keep generating more income, the revenue to pay all the services. Now, and you look at it like this. You say, you're the leader of your team, and you don't want to let the people on your team down. So you want to make the calls, make the contacts, create the relationships to drive more business to the team, because those people on the team, they're looking for you to continue to grow your business, for them to continue to help them with what they need to do for their expenses and for their family. So, like in terms of inspections, I never forget. I was at a different brokerage and I was invited to a bowl, the very first bowl I attended, and Pat Mancuso stood in front of the room and he said, the top agents, the top realtors do not attend home inspections. I didn't know what he's talking about. Like, wow, they don't attend home inspections? You have my attention. And he said, no, they have someone on their team or have someone who attend the inspection for them. So for example, someone sits in an inspection, you have a new agent in the office, they don't have much business, they don't have much activity. And in real estate is a business where if you don't have the relationships, if you don't have the contacts or the sphere of influence, then it's hard to get your business going. So you get a newer agent and ask them to sit in a home inspection for you. Home inspection lasts 2 to 2.5 hours, and you can pay that person $40 to $50 for that home inspection. During that same time, studies show that an hour of lead generating, because during that time you should be lead generating, an hour lead generating produces $300 of income for a realtor. So why go to a home inspection when you can be lead generated and generate even more income for yourself, your family, your team?
Well, and it leads to such a great opportunity for that new agent, because then you see the Facebook posts, the Instagram stories, and all these things pop up where they get to tell people, oh, I'm on a home inspection today, and they're actually learning. I mean, you're learning at a home inspection when you walk with the inspector, talk to them about what they're looking for, and then you can see that in the next home. Well, you've already done that. You've done the yeoman's work, and now it's an opportunity for somebody else.
Right, exactly. We probably won't get through all the slides, but now one thing we want to do, like I said, yesterday I did it, today we do it, maybe someday maybe they'll do it. Remember my question earlier, which is, are you just excited about doing every aspect of the business, or are you just doing every aspect of the business because that's what you've been exposed to? So for example, what I'm saying is, don't get in your own way of growing your business. Don't be so hands-on. Like it says, go from a do it all yourself enterprise to leveraging people to do the business, to help you in the business. And once again, you want to create an atmosphere where it's teamwork, where we're all working together. And like, even when you have a team, what are the goals of the individuals on your team? Do they have big goals, or do they just not want to just do a deal here or there? So what are their goals? And then you talk to them and say, how can I help you meet your goals? Zig Ziglar, if you help enough people get what they want, they help you get what you want. So you just make sure you're pouring into and helping someone else, and you're helping enough people, then what happens is it comes back to help you. It comes back and you benefit from that yourself. So let's see here. So like, for example, one system I had was before I formally started a team, I read Millionaire Real Estate Agent, like I mentioned to you. And
Would you recommend that read to everybody?
yes, and I'll mention another big name drop here. We mentioned I was at the training with Eric once, and he said he talked to Michael Caine,
Mhm.
and he said, Michael, what is it that you did to help you really grow your business? And he said he was thinking. Eric said some great answers, some big answers. He said, I read The Millionaire Real Estate Agent and followed it to a T. He's at a different brokerage.
Yeah.
We could end the meeting now. Everybody can just go get MREA. I mean, you got other people, mega agents at other brokerages saying they read The Millionaire Real Estate Agent and followed it to a T. So I read the book, and I looked at the book, and I read something. I noticed that Gary mentioned the 50-50 split for buyers agents was typical. And then I thought about it. I said, do I want to immediately start paying someone 50% of the commission? And so what I did is I had a system where I have a showing assistant. And Jeff Glover came to town sometime, and he confirmed that I was on the right track about it, because he mentioned it in one of his seminars. And so with a showing assistant, they would show the house, show the homes to the buyers, and give me feedback on what the buyer thought about the house. If it was a house they're interested in, I'll contact that buyer and write that offer, and talk to them about the comparable sales and what offer they should make and where they should be on the offer. And then I'll write the offer, or write the offer and then negotiate it, and it's under contract. It goes under contract, hand it off to the virtual assistant. The virtual assistant handles it, or if you have a transaction coordinator, virtual assistant handles it from contract to close. I'll stay in touch with the buyer. The showing assistant will go to the home inspection. The showing assistant will go to a final walkthrough. And then once it closed, I'll show up at the house, give the buyer the keys and their closing gift. I'll keep the showing assistant abreast of the transaction as we go through the transaction. It closes, the showing assistant gets 15 to 25% referral. Okay, split on the commission. And so the 15%, 25% depending on the price of the home. So you want to make it at least worth the while of the showing assistant. So if they show one house, 15, 25%. If they show 7 houses, 15, 25%. So I mentioned the model to someone, and someone said, well, I can't pay somebody that much money if they just show 2 houses and I pay them that much money. Well, look what you gained. And what did you do? You just wrote the offer. You made some phone calls to the buyer's agent. You talked to the listing agent on the phone. Look what the person did for you. So it's about sharing the resources, the revenue. So this way you can begin to do more. You can do more with the effort that you had, with people helping you out. So I had the showing assistant. From the showing assistant, that person was the showing assistant for a while. Then as a showing assistant, then we transition the person to a buyer's agent. They do a great job as a showing assistant. Then they come to the buyer's agent. And as a buyer's agent, they do everything I explained. They show the houses, write the offers, negotiate the offer, because I'm sharing the information, ideas, how to do it to get the house under contract and to close these transactions. And so then the virtual assistant handles all the paperwork, all the documents for myself, for the buyer's agent. So like we mentioned about going to home inspection, you can have someone to do those things for you. You can have someone to share. Just if you have a mindset of sharing the work and sharing the reward, and not have a mindset of those people are just, I'm leveraging myself so these people can serve me, but you're actually helping them, then you can do well, and you can leverage yourself to do more transactions and helping more people.
That's so powerful, is that this is an opportunity as we grow big businesses. As you've grown your business, it hasn't meant that, you've got all these employees and you're have this dominion over people. You're helping people, right? And you build a model that allows you to help people a little bit, and then them to earn into opportunities to get helped a lot. And I want to emphasize something, and it's a setup for our conversation next week, and that is that so many times, so many of us, and I thought this way once back in 2019. Well, if I just had the leverage and the help, I could do more business, right? That's not the case. The only thing that has allowed you to do what you've done in the last 24 months, right, which transitioned from a buyer's agent to a listing agent to a team owner, has been an abundance of leads, right? Without those leads, there's no way to keep a showing assistant busy for enough time, or give them enough opportunities that they can be your showing assistant and earn a living. Right. And then when they come on, there's got to be more opportunities to do it all over again. And your listings lead to that. Right. So we have a very specific order of the way we do things here. Leads, lead generate for listings. So leads, listings, leverage, right? In that order. Until you have an abundance of listings, don't look to leverage, at least in a material way. But the abundance of leads is always where it has to start. And if you didn't hear Art, what he said was, what do I do with my extra time? I lead generate. Yeah. All right, guys, we've got to hop. Thank you so much for being here today. Sorry to be brief, but did not want to not deliver on the shift tactic for this week. Next week, we are talking about, you guessed it, lead generation. We've got a great panel of some really talented folks who lead generate like their life depends on it. So we're excited to bring their skills and tactics to bear for all of you. Have a wonderful week. Go forth and conquer, and we will